So hello, welcome to Econometrics Melody. This tutorial is about the box graph. In our previous video number 4, we have dealt about the bar graph. Box graph is similar to the bar graph. Let us prepare our data set. This is our data set. Now let us see our first command for the box graph. It is similar to bar graph. We can use over 2 over, at most 2 over, not more than 2 over. So this is the box graph of export over education over province. Similarly, the other graph is about the import over education and province. And if we combine it, we have specified only one y variable, individual y variables, and we're combining it, and it is so export import box graph over first over variable, this is education, over second variable, this is province. Now let us specify both two y variables and let's see what happens. So we are going to specify export and import. This is the box graph of export and import, and as we have two y variables, the legend emerges out. First one is export, second one is import. Rest others are similar to bar graph. This is the y variable, and this is the categorical x-axis. And if we combine it, so for more than two y variables, they are differentiated by the color. Now let us draw them all. We see the difference. Two y variables differentiated by the legend, and these are individual y variables, but the y variables in both cases are same, import and export. The box graph, it represents the median, the line within the box, it represents the median or 50th percentile. The outside line, it represents the 75th percentile, and the bottom line, it represents the 25th percentile of the box. So the line projecting beyond the box is called as whiskers, and the above or bottom of the whiskers, this is called as additional line. And from additional line, we can project either upward or downward the cap, and we'll explore it as we progress. Horizontal hbox is a horizontal box, and it works similar to it works in a similar fashion to that of box, ordinary box. And the options, we can specify the options as well. These options are going to provide some styles and other features. So these options are similar to the bar options. Please refer to video 4 for the detailed explanation of these options in video 4, and we can always explore it. Group options, y-bar options, and box loop option. Previously in bar graph we had bar loop options. This will help us change the look and feel of the box in this case, and we can also manipulate the legend options, axis options, title options, and so on. So let us see some of these features. So this is the box graph box, import and export. So two y variables, two different colors, import and export. And if we specify age category, now they will be treated as the category of a single variable will have the same color. So the difference, if we specify age category, the same graph will be treated as if the categories of same variable. Now let us go to the option called missing, and missing will allow or show the box for the missing values as well. So the first one is the basis for comparison, and if we specify this option called missing, we'll get the box for missing observation as well at the extreme right. And if we specify total as well, if we specify total, we'll get another box for the total values or the total graph without these categories. So this is the total. And if we specify, we can also, by the relabel, we can change the label of this categories. The first label is east, second west, and north, and total. So we're going to relabel the first one by rise. So east will be replaced by rise. And there we see the change. Rise and rest are the same. Now let us use the other option of bar. So what happens? So that if we specify bar or box, so instead of box, if we specify bar, we'll get the same result. And this also proves that box and bar, they are similar in almost every aspect. So let us draw this graph. We are going to call the box 1 and the color is green, and part 2 the color is pink. Similarly over province, and we have bar 1 is green, and no label. If we specify no label, we want to get the label of. So this label, if we look at the initial first graph, the label will be the label of the variable. So the label of the variables, import and export. And if we specify no label, the variables, the label, this label will be the name of the variable, not the label of the variable. And if you specify the region off, we want to see this region, the region will be off. We don't see any region. Let us explore the other feature. So this is the basis graph for comparison, and if we specify this option called box gap, so box gap 60, so the gap between this box should be 60% of the width of this box graph. So if you notice, gap between the box has increased. Now let us specify the gap. So this gap, it is included within this over, so the gap is treated as a sub option of over. So the categories, the gap between the categories east, west and north, this will increase. So this is the default one. At the topmost it is the default one, the middle one, the bar gap, we have manipulated the bar gap, and the third one we have manipulated the gap of the category values, sub option of the over. Now let us drop all the graphs that we have, and we are going to use another option called medtype. Medtype, we are going to manipulate the median line in the box. So this is the default graph, and this median line we are going to manipulate this median line. So we need to choose what type of median line do we want, whether we want the default line or this is custom line and a marker or the marker symbol. Now let us use, we'll have to declare at first the median type, the median line, its type is connect. This is the custom line. Then we are going to manipulate the style of this median line, color yellow, line with 2.5 and pattern. So this is clear by this graph. And if we specify, we can also specify instead of a line, we can specify a marker. We have taken a marker and we have also added some style to the marker. So our median type is marker, and its color should be white, 2.5 is width, and we are taking the symbol X to represent the median value. So that's X. Now let us manipulate the C whiskers, and the extending line beyond the box. This is C whisker, and this line, this at the top or the bottom of the whisker, it's called as additional line, and the projection from this additional line, that's the cap. Now let us manipulate this and see it for ourselves. So we have, so median line is L color is white, we're fine. We have increased the width to 1.2. C whiskers, we have specified the C whisker, and the line should be red. The color should be red, its pattern is dash, and the extending line, this line should have the 20 size, and cap size is 5. I could not display the cap size in this box graph. Now let's go to another option for sorting of the graph. So this is the default one. We have not sorted it. Now if we want to sort the graph, so this sort is treated as a sub option of over. So according to province, we are going to sort one. So first y variable, we are going to sort this box graph according to the first y variable, that is import. And let us see the median. This one median will be the reference. If we concentrate on the import, then we see their median value is in ascending order. Similarly, we can sort according to the second y variable, and second y variable is our export. Now this graph, box graph, is sorted for each category. It is sorted according to the value of median value of export. Now let us further explore the sorting options, and this is the default graph. And if you notice, it is this labeling of the categorical variable. It begins from A to in its order from A to all the way to Z. And if we specify this option called descending, we will see the sorting descending form, which is quite obvious. So now it's from Z to A in its reverse form. If you run this, sort 1 over variable, sort 1, and then so we're going to sort according to this import, the import variable. Now if you look at the median, they are in their ascending order. Now if we implement the option sort again, import, and if we apply the descending, I will get the median arranged in their descending form. If we move from top to bottom, the median is decreasing in the descending form. And if we want to order the graph according to our choice, then we can generate a variable and provide its respective order that we want, and we can sort it by this variable order. Now let us explore other options, and here we have, this is the basis for comparison, and no field, it will, so over district and over province, over district and over province. No district is common in more than one province, so here are some unnecessary values or categories that if we specify no field, this will be cleared completely. So we see East province consists this district, West province consists this district, and North province consists this district. Now let us again see another example. So we have graph box import over district by province. Again, we have these repetitions or unnecessary categories, and if we specify no field, we'll get a very clear graph. Box graph. So for East province, the same confusion. East province consists of this district and so on. Now let us change the alternate axis. So here we have specified y alternate. So this labeling is at the y alternate axis. Use the alternate axis. X alternate, y alternate, no field. So this is alternate x axis, alternate y axis, and no field. We get a clear data for this. Clear graph. And no field, x alternate, y alternate, and a reverse. Y is reverse, so 0 we begin from the top to bottom in an ascending form, ascending order from top to bottom. And we can also manipulate the title and subtitle. We have for this box graph title, we have specified the title, subtitle, caption, and note. And this is clear by the graph, and we see our title, captions, and so on. Similarly, we can again produce the graphs using by options. So we are using by province. We are going to create the box graph of import over district by province. And if we notice, this title and subtitle and a caption, it repeats for every graph, so for every categories. And if we want to check this, we need to specify this title, subtitle, and caption within this by option, and which is clear over here. So we have enclosed this title and subtitle and caption within this by option from here to here up to this point. So inclusion within by, so we'll get a single title for the for each category. So this is a neat graph. This graph, box graph, is similar to bar graph. For detailed understanding of box graph, understanding of bar graph will be helpful. And please refer to video number 4 for the detailed understanding of bar graph. This is it for this tutorial, and it's the time to thank you all for your time. Thank you very much. It's Econometrics Melody. Thank you very much.